Hello, welcome to the Dr. Kyra Show. This is part of our Leadership During COVID and the Pandemic series. And today we're going to talk about 2 brain hacks that can help you to release the past and move graciously into the future. Now, who is going to lead right now? Who's going to lead right now and who people are going to want to follow right now are those that are adaptable. Because the adaptable will survive and they will thrive and they will show the way out for the others. So we want to be those kinds of leaders that are able to not get stuck in the past, because that'll, get us in a lot of trouble, and lean into the future quite elegantly, if you will. In terms of how our brains work, there's a couple of tricks that I want to share about releasing the past. So number 1 is we have to make peace with the past. So even if it's still raw, even if what we're dealing with, we're still grieving, we're going through that grief cycle that I talked about in the last video, we have to find a way to accelerate our ability to make peace with the past, or to at least tamp it down a little bit, make it a little bit calmer. A couple strategies are forgiveness. If you have a resentment, if you have something that you're holding in that you've been kind of fueling as a bad feeling or a regret or something like that. So forgiving ourselves even sometimes is really key. Another one is apologizing. I've seen a lot of articles about people who are, phoning up their ex or texting their ex and saying, "I'm sorry for what I did," or reconciling past grievances. So that apology, it really helps to alleviate the shame that we might be carrying about our behavior in the past that we're not so proud of. And then, sense making is another thing. How do you make sense of it? How do you, reconcile and come to peace with the past by just having a new story that you're telling yourself? And of course, it helps to journal or talk to somebody that you trust, a way to get it out of your subconscious and in front of yourself so you can really see it, to work with it as, it will help to accelerate and catalyze the process for you. The second part of releasing the past has to do with blessing the past. So more so than making sense of the past, this is blessing and releasing it. So Marie Kondo is a very famous author and home organizer, if you will, but she has a whole art to encouraging people when they release an object and they're ready to let it go, and maybe it's going in the trash, maybe it's going to a thrift shop, but to really thank the object as a ritual. And the reason why this is powerful is that you really just kind of namaste, you thank the past for what is done for you, the lessons that it's taught, the things, whether they're painful or pleasurable, you thank it for being what it was and for what it taught you, because now you're stronger, now you're more clear, you're more wise to go into the future. Now let's talk about the future. So embracing the future is going to fall into 2 categories. You're either going to be super opaque and confused, or you're going to be super clear and impatient. So let's talk about opaque and confused for a second. Sometimes the lights go out. We don't see the future, and that's okay. Sometimes maybe you think, I'm not a person who really spends time in the future or thinks about the future. That's totally fine. Don't worry about it. But in this case, we need to push ourselves into accepting the future, into trying that on, into welcoming it. And so what is it that's going to help us to really accelerate our insights as quickly as possible? So that is going to be something called questing or question making. The universe, if you will, answers the question that we put to it. So it's a programming thing. If I'm asking and I'm looking for something very specific versus something very general, I'm going to be able to filter my environment so that I answer my own question, regardless of any, other things that you might believe about that. It's a way for me to prime myself, and there's a concept called priming where you basically isolate and filter for what you are looking for. So that's going to help you. And then the second thing is the people who are super clear and really, they know what they want in the future, they know where they want to go, but it's not there yet. So that can be very disorienting because you can lose faith, you can lose hope, you can lose patience, you can be confused just because you don't know what to create next. And so in that particular situation where you know where you want to go, but you're really stymied on, it's not here yet, and you're focused on that, really relaxation and shrinking it down and doing the next small thing you can possibly do is going to be the way that you can just keep baby stepping your way towards it. And something called iteration is your best friend right now. Iteration is when you make small tweaks and you start to hunt up little things that you could do. So focusing on that will help to kind of push that boat off the shore and also give you something to do with all that pent up itchiness and impatience that you've got going on. I hope this helps you to let go of the past, accept and receive the future that is better for you, and to be able to lead others in that same way and show them that you don't have to be stuck even in such a huge changing world. I'll see you next time.